The MAGA war continues. Yes, Candace Owens has got them all twisted over there. Let's talk about the latest. Listen, before we get into it, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel over here on the U to the Tube. And if you're watching me over on the Tick to the Talk, make sure that you are following me. And if you are not, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that follow button. Listen, before CK's death, Candace Owens was talking about Bridget McCrone was a man. Had all of this nonsense trying to prove that Bridget McCrone was a man, right? And all that resulted in was her being sued for defamation by the McCrones. Yeah. And before CK died, I wondered, how was Candace Owens going to break out? Because she couldn't come back to the black community. But I wondered how she was going to keep her star rising, right? Because she didn't want to talk about politics. Her star was waning over there with the Republican Party. They were pretty much done with her because tokens get spent, right? And then CK died. And baby, Candace Owens has risen to the top. Not only has she risen to the top, she has got the MAGA world in shambles. She's got Tim Pool cussing her out. She's got Ben Shapiro talking about her, not happy with her. She's got Nick Fuentes talking trash about her. But she's got Tucker Carlson on her side. She's got Megyn Kelly on her side. With that said, since CK's death, now we all know that Tyler Robinson is the suspect, and I use that loosely, that term suspect loosely. To me, he's the scapegoat. But since Tyler Robinson's arrest, Candace Owens has gone on this hunt because, Charlie Kirk was her best friend. So she's just asking questions. She's investigating the death of her best friend. And as a result of this investigation and her asking questions, she's pretty much blamed the Israeli government. She's blamed pro-Israel interest groups. She's blamed Bibi Netanyahu. She's blamed Bill Ackman. She's blamed Turning Point USA and the leadership. Somebody by the name of Pastor Rob McCoy. She's blamed Alex Clark over there at Turning Point USA. She's blamed somebody by the name of Andrew COVID. I don't know if he's a part of Turning Point USA or if he's adjacent to Turning Point USA. She's blamed Erika Kirk, but has not called out Erika Kirk by name, right? Erika Kirk is tied into when she says the leadership of Turning Point USA. She's blamed she's tied in the French government. Remember, she had to take a week off because the French government had a hit out on her or something like that. Of course, she's blamed the Israeli government and she's blamed the United States government and Trump, right? So all of these people she has blamed, talking about Egyptian planes and cell phone pings and it's been real interesting to watch. And with all of the conspiracy theories that she has put out there, I have yet to see any real evidence that she has produced. However, Candace Owens has been able to garner hundreds of thousands of views to millions of views, which means Candace Owens is raking in dollars. Now, I know her YouTube channel at one point was demonetized. I don't know if she's been able to get the monetization back, but at one point it was demonetized. But we also know that Candace Owens' YouTube channel is tied to her podcast, and we know she's making big money from the podcast. And even though her YouTube channel is demonetized, I believe she can still make money through super chats. So Candace Owens is raking in thousands upon thousands of dollars per episode. And with all of the conspiracy theories that she's put out there and all of the players that she's pulled into her conspiracy theories, Erika Kirk says, bitch, I've had enough of you. And so she was given a platform over there on Fox News, and this is what Erika Kirk had to say.
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this, excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. You name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know,
sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband and it's an absolute honor and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. To stop.
And that's what we will say here on out.
Boy, she is upset, ain't she? She is fuming. Erika Kirk in that moment is more angry with Candace Owens for asking questions than she was at the man who is accused of murdering her husband. Remember? She said, that man, I forgive him. She forgave him, but she is fuming at Candace Owens for digging and asking questions about what went down regarding Charlie Kirk's death. I also noticed that she did not mention Candace Owens' name, but we all know who she's talking about. And I want to say this. I don't think her or her team should be receiving death threats, right? But I have no sympathy for her or her team in receiving death threats. Why? Because when her husband was alive, he and the people over at Turning Point USA would go after professors at universities around the country. They would go after those professors who were people of color, women, but they would put them on blast on some website that they controlled. And the people who follow Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk would then go after those professors, sending and hurling death threats towards those professors for doing their jobs. Yeah. So yeah, if you breed hate, harassment, bullying, and death threats, be expecting to get that in return. It's the same with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She shouldn't be receiving death threats, but she cultivated all of what is going on with our political system, right now. She was a part of the hate and the bullying and the stochastic terrorism. She would send MAGA people who followed her out to bully and harass and send death threats to people like Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, so should they be receiving death threats? But you get what you put out. Now, you know Candace Owens. This is a great episode for her to get thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. So, of course, she's got a response for Erika Kirk. Here's a snippet of it.
That's fine. Now, to that point that people are making hundreds and thousands of dollars, I just don't get how there's not someone on this very large PR team, as we're seeing these PR campaigns go out, that doesn't go, hey, maybe we should strike that. They made $40 million like 2 nights ago at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe that feels kind of a little bit like let them eat cake-ish. Oh, and we've made more than, separately from Mar-a-Lago, Turning Point USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know, this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. That is separate from the $40 million they made at Mar-a-Lago the other night. So since Charlie has died, that organization has taken in $140 million. But gosh darn you people that are making hundreds of dollars every day on YouTube talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination and the BS narrative that is being fed and the very obvious psychological operation that is being employed to make you accept the BS that they are trying to sell to us. Gosh darn you. Did you make $1,000 today? Speaking about Charlie Kirk, well, you should be ashamed of yourself, says Turning Point USA, who in large part made that money because of those very people who gave to the organization immediately following Charlie Kirk's assassination. And the thing that is especially absurd about that is trying to almost like, I want to be clear that Turning Point USA is my family. The Charlie Kirk show is my family. She's just expanding the wings of people that we're not allowed to critique because they're in the family. If you call them fam, you can't critique them, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We actually are showing a clip of Rob McCoy defending a pedophile or trying to launder the reputation of that's fam. That's the CK show fam. Oh, I'm sorry. We are actually pointing to the fact that we know for certain that this person or organization is sexual deviant. That's fam. That is my, don't you get me upset. I know that this is a now $150 million in the last 3-month organization and we employ tons of people, but you can't critique. You can't critique the fam. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to be very clear here. This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies, because what you are watching here is an unbelievably emotional response that is absent of any logic, okay? If you really care about your team, answer the question.
Baby Candace is a master manipulator. She spun that whole thing to say, nope, don't pay attention to the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I'm bringing in. Pay attention to TPUSA and what they're bringing in. They're over at Mar-a-Lago and they got $40 million. And since CK's death, they've raised $100 million. Don't pay attention to the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I'm bringing in because of these millions upon millions of views that I got. I saw you, Candace. I picked up on that. And Candace's spin, it's gonna work because the bulk of the MAGA movement is on Candace's side because they want to know what happened to Charlie Kirk. And Erika Kirk, she ain't acting right. She ain't acting right. So, yeah, answer the questions. Now, if you hadn't heard, there's supposed to be some live streaming debate that's going to take place between Candace Owens and the leadership over at TP USA. Don't ask me the date. I don't know. When it happens, just pay attention to all of the chatter out there on social media because everybody's going to be talking about it. But there's supposed to be some live stream debate. I don't know if I know there was a hiccup with Candace actually being on set in the room with the people over at TPUSA. But we'll see if it happens, right? Erika Kirk, it's being insinuated that Erika Kirk is going to be a part of this. So with that said, in walks Nick Fuentes. Now, y'all know Nick Fuentes, he is sick of Candace Owens because Candace Owens is getting millions upon millions of views and she's making money off of those views. And he wants those views and he wants that money. And he can't stand the fact that black ass Candace Owens is winning in this whole situation. And so in comes Nick Fuentes.
I'm looking forward to the Turning Point live stream where they respond to everything. I plan on live streaming that. And depending on how they do, if they don't do a good enough job, I think I'm going to have to step up. And I think I'm going to have to expose Candace Owens for what she really is. I'm going to give them, they have the opportunity because they are involved in all this. But I am so frustrated with how people are handling it. They're losing. If Turning Point doesn't do a good enough job on December 15th, I'm going to have to step up. And just like I exposed Tucker Carlson and just like I exposed JD Vance, I'm going to have to step up and I'm going to have to blow the lid and expose everything about Candace Owens and reveal who she really is, who her husband is, who her donors are. And unlike her, I will be naming names. I will be coming with receipts. I will blow the lid on the whole thing, and I'll give her the Tucker Carlson treatment. But I'll wait and see how the Turning Point USA stream goes. I think they're going to do a good job, but if they don't, then I'll finish it for them. Nobody else will do it. Everybody else is afraid of Candace Owens. I'm not afraid of some ignorant black bitch, okay? Everybody's afraid of a black Karen. I'm not. I'm a groyper, okay? Black bitches are a speciality, okay? So Turning Point, the whole conservative movement, they're all in fear of Candace Owens. Nobody wants to step to her and her insane cult of followers. I'll do it and I'll win. But I look forward to the Turning Point stream. I'm planning on simulcasting that or simultaneously streaming it. That's next Monday, I think, right? So I'll be live streaming it, and we'll see how.
Nick Fuentes says, shoot, TPUSA is going to make money off of this live stream. Candace Owens is going to make money off of this live stream. Baby, include me. I want to get some of this wet. I won't be tuned in to the live stream. Will y'all be tuned in to the live stream? I'll get the highlights after the fact. But he did confirm the date on when this live stream is supposed to take place. And it's supposed to take place on December 15th. Now, he's talking about he's exposed Tucker Carlson and JD Vance. And yeah, he's talked about them. But he act like he's destroyed these people. And has he destroyed these people? Tucker Carlson is still trucking along, still doing his thing. So is JD Vance. JD Vance is still the vice president. Yeah, y'all are harassing and bullying his wife, but yeah, clearly he don't care. He don't care. Anywho, y'all let me know y'all thoughts about what is going on with the MAGA Civil War. And just so you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump are still going at it. Yeah, Laura Loomer is still going at it with Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? So yeah, Tim Pool cussed out Candace Owens on his live stream the other day because during one of her episodes, she brought his ass into it, and now he's got harassing and bullying, and he's also dealing with death threats. So he say somebody went onto his property and they had to deal with some gunshots, but the people out there went to investigating and they couldn't find a police report. Yeah, they couldn't find a police report. So is Tim Pool telling the truth? Baby, they are all going at each other, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want them to keep going at it until the entire MAGA world implodes. Candace looks like she's worth something. She's worth helping the MAGA world to implode. But yeah, I ain't got nothing for Candace.